Okay.
Stevenson Michael's podcast.
Okay.
Stevenson Michael's podcast.
Uh-huh.
This is Stevenson Michael.
Uh-huh.
You know who this is. Woo. Hey y'all. This is Stevenson Michael and this is Stevenson Michael's podcast. And I'm here to talk about a subject of that I wanted to talk about is one job should be enough. And that's the topic that I want to talk about. And this is a serious topic that I'm going to be talking about. And this is a serious conversation that I'm going to be having, and I just wanted to share my thoughts and and tell you how I hear other people's opinions and things like that. And this is the episode is going to be about, and this is really serious. So again, the topic of this episode is one job should be enough, and let's talk about it. And this is a pen that I'm holding right now that I've been wearing since end of last month of January, when we came back from our winter break. The first week that I came back on a Wednesday, January 21st. Um, that was the day that from that day until now I've been wearing this pen. Like you see where it says one job should be enough, right here. And this is the pen that I've been wearing on my chef coat. And um and the reason why I've been wearing this is because um when Aline told me that you know, UN contract was expired, something like that. When she says something like that, meaning that you know, um, we're not gonna get a raise, and she even told me too that the UN workers hasn't been getting a raise in the last 8 years. They haven't gotten raised in 8 years. That's what Aline told me when my first day back at University of Hartford, and when she had these whole bunch of pens of them, and and she was passing them out. She gave me one, Latoya one, I believe Alex if he has one, Tony, and Ebony, Swanza, and like other people who are UN people, like UN workers, been wearing this, and just trying to get us to be heard, and and get heard, and be heard, you know what I mean? So and we was just wearing this, and then we've been protesting, and have a lot of protests, and for justice, over this subject of matter. And we just been doing what we can to try and get people to like hear us and what we want, and want things to change, like move forward, so. And now I'm gonna talk about how I feel about this. How I feel about this. And I've been hearing a lot of people, with their opinions and stuff. And now I'm gonna give you guys my opinion about this. The reason why a whole bunch of people, in the world are working more than two jobs is because most of the jobs out there especially nowadays in this generation, doesn't give you a raise. And University of Hartford is one of them apparently, because it was the first time even hearing about this in my first day back at work, back in January 21st. You know what I mean? So like, um, I think like moving forward, like in the world, I think people really need to like, and I know it's hard to give people like raise, a raise, especially if you have a lot of people working for the company and so it's not just University of Hartford, but I'm just talking about jobs in general. I don't care what type of job you work at, and but for my opinion, I think people don't necessarily need to work more than two jobs, because like it's get like stress on yourself, and you have to work all the time, and then you not get have time to do like the fun stuff, especially if you have kids. Like how you supposed to take care of your kids if a job can't pay you more money, and you can't get a raise for all the hard work you've done for the manager and for the boss, and just for um what's call it um for your company, right? So like it's just not fair, especially nowadays. You had to um work at a job, but then you don't pay good amount of money. And I'm not saying all jobs are like that. I'm just talking about some of the jobs that pays you money, but not as the level of money as the big companies, like the college, and a lawyer, a doctor, a nurse. um I can even put constructions, like working in the streets and stuff. Like you don't get like that type of level of money. And that's my problem with jobs out there. Don't get paid hourly enough. And I guess what Aline is trying to say is that you know, people need a raise. Like people like 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 need money to survive. You feel me? Like how you supposed to do other things in life if one job can't even pay you a good amount of money. And when they do pay you a good amount of money, you can't even get extras for that and getting a raise. So like, and just for my opinion, like people need to like start, like giving people raises, especially to the people who are either working there for like 10 plus years or 20 plus years or whatever, and like people that like been working there for a long time and has been loyal to you since day one, and you still don't get a raise in one job, especially a job that pays good money. Not like not like rich money, but like good amount of money enough to pay the stuff that you need. But it doesn't hurt to get more. If people like me, for example, could get a raise. So like what the fuck are we talking about? Like, so I just think, for my opinion, I think jobs out there in university, like for example, like need to start giving people away, especially to the people who's been working there for a long time and been working their ass off. to get to this point, and then you don't get a raise, and then they talking about, oh, their contract is expired. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just everything is just crazy, and the one job should be enough thing. Um, I think, for my opinion, um, Pete, like, people don't need to, like, people shouldn't be worried about, like, working, like, for another job, having two jobs, three jobs, or even four jobs. Some people even work five jobs. You feel me? Like, why should people out there try and work at, like, different type of jobs if one job can just, like, give them a raise and give them, like, amount of money, and and make things fair, what, like, for everyone who, getting paid, and get good amount of money are paid when you're working at a job. Why should this person should work, like, more than two jobs to suffer if one job can just give that person a raise? And I'm not saying, like, give them a raise, like, every time, but I mean, like once in a while. You know what I mean? Cause, like, things are expensive out there. Things are expensive, and food is expensive. Cars is expensive. Insurance. If you live in an apartment, rent is expensive. Um, Groceries is expensive. Paying bills, like TV bills, phone bills, other, like, networks. Like, if you're watching, like, TV, is expensive. Like, just everything in the world is expensive, and when people are, like, paying bills, and then, like, if they have kids, they have to buy, like, diapers, then, like, food, clothes, milk, all that type of stuff. If one job can't give people a raise, it's like, what are we doing? What are we doing, guys? Like, jobs out there really need to do better with that. And then the jobs that are not, like, big names, like McDonald's, for example. McDonald's, like, sorry to say, but they don't get paid well either. So, like, that's what I'm saying. And then, like, um for people to say that, oh, you guys are just being lazy, of just, not getting out of the house, and, work your ass off and stuff. It's like, who the fuck are you to tell us how, we being lazy and shit? And everything is hard out there in the world. You feel me? So, like, I think one job should be enough if people get paid, good amount of money, and get a raise. And then you don't have to worry about working, like, more than two jobs, and stressing yourself, and it's just not fair to me, or, like, anyone else. Like, for me personally, like, I work at University of Hartford, you guys know that. But my second job is Fire by Forge. And but the problem with Fire by Forge is that I get paid there every 2 weeks. So I don't even get paid, like, every week, like I do at University of Hartford. And now I'm gonna get to the another topic that I want to talk about, is that most jobs are paying people, every 2 weeks. And let me tell you how I feel about that. I think most jobs should get back to like getting paid every week. And the reason why I say that is, it's like what I was saying to start this video. People are paying bills, paying car insurance, their car bill, phone bill, groceries. When they have a kid and they have to buy diapers, milk, clothes, food, everything. When people are doing all that stuff and to survive, and then paying rent for apartment if you live in an apartment, and then their mortgage if you have a house or a condo, and then buy a house or a condo, wherever. When people are doing all that stuff, right, and you're working at a job, and you're only getting paid for 2 weeks, like, what if that person need to pay that bill on a Friday, right? What if that person need to pay her bill on a Friday, but she can't pay the bill because she's not getting paid it that week, and she had to wait the second week to get the money to be able to pay her bills. See, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's already hard enough in the world for people to even make money, and for jobs out there for only doing like 2 week getting paid 2 weeks, like every 2 weeks. It's like, I think it's ridiculous, for my opinion. It's because like people need to like feed their kids, and and do other stuff they need with their money and stuff. And if you only getting paid for every 2 weeks at your job, most jobs out there, then like, how the fuck are we supposed to do the things that we need to do for ourselves, and we're getting paid for every 2 weeks at a job, but instead of getting paid every week? And I know other companies and other jobs are different, but like, I just think like moving forward in the near future, like they need to fix that, because like getting paid every 2 weeks is like hard for people, especially if you like live in an apartment that you're paying rent like every month, and then sometimes you can't even keep up with the rent because only getting paid for every 2 weeks at a job. And but if you need to pay something during that week that you're not getting paid to, then it becomes even more harder for people out there. And I'm one of those people. I'm one of those people. Because one of my two jobs, which is 5x4s, get paid every 2 weeks. Direct deposit. And I'm just like so blessed and lucky enough to even work at a job like University of Hartford to get paid every week. And at University of Hartford, I get my paycheck every week because when I first started there, I choose to have a paper check instead of direct deposit, because I just think paper checks are better, at least for my opinion. So I choose that instead, and I've been getting paper checks since then. Since I really first started at GSU. So so I don't get direct deposit there at University of Harvard. But most union workers, they do get direct deposit though on their side of end. But for me, I get paper checks. I get paper checks every either Wednesday or a Thursday. And but yeah, I just think like jobs out there in the near future really need to like change. Um, like how they paying people. Like, I think they need to get back to like paying people like every week instead of paying them every 2 weeks, because like, how they're supposed to pay their bills and doing the things that they need to do if you're getting paid for every 2 weeks, and then the first week you can't even pay that bill because you don't have the money. You have to wait on the second week to, pay your bills and get the things that you need for yourself, or if you have a kid, for your own, for your family. So like that's just my opinion, but I don't know how you guys feel about that. Like my question for you guys, and you guys can answer under the comment section. um do you guys like getting paid every 2 weeks, or do you like getting paid every week? Those are my two questions for you guys, and you guys can answer in under the comment section. So those are my two questions for you guys, and you guys can answer how whatever how you feel about it. And remember, I respect people's opinions, so don't be afraid to ask me anything under the comment section under this video. But yeah, and just like I've been saying since the start of the video. The reason why I'm talking about this topic, because it's very important, for people to understand that, like, people out there in the world are, especially to the people are like not rich, like between low and middle classes, people don't have a lot of money in the world, are like struggling right now, aren't struggling to keep up with the bills and the taxes and wherever, because it's like how it is since the pandemic. It just keeps getting worse and worse. And then ever since Donald Trump came back as president, it got even a lot worse of the pricing, and I don't think he will ever go down with the pricing, and that's why I fucking hate that motherfucker. And that's another subject for another day about Donald Trump. I don't even want to think about his name, but again, that's a different subject for another day. But I'm just saying, like, overall, like, with the prices and just a lot of expensive things, it's just getting ridiculous at this point, because, like, especially to the people who don't have a lot of money in the world, can able to do that, because again, with this Ben said, one job should be enough if you're working at more than two jobs. If you just pay people to for their raise, and pay enough money, then people shouldn't work at more than two jobs, and that's why one job should be enough. One job should be enough. So, am I wrong? Am I wrong, guys? Let me know in the comments. Am I wrong for all the things that I said? Am I wrong? I don't think I'm wrong. I know what I'm saying. Like, I know what people need. And I know what people's weakness. So when I'm saying all these things, I'm trying to get people to understand how hard it is in the world to even survive. Even survive. So, like, that's all I'm saying with that. And another thing I wanted to talk about it is important, is that what was the topic? Oh, when people are like, you know, damn. What was this? Okay, now remembered. Um, the reason why the next topic that I wanted to talk about is that you know how like all the celebrities are getting like so much money, millions and billions of dollars. Some of those celebrities don't even use that money to like help the people out there, like the homeless people and people like needing money. They just let the money sit there, and that drives me crazy because like they could help us too if they could just find the heart to like think about us for once. And I understand it's their money and they work their ass off for it. But like at the same time, there's like a lot bigger things than just trying to have like bunch of money and and just in serving people's asses, and I'm just like disappointed of some of the celebrities are like big names, but they're not able to like help the others, especially to the people who are homeless, and and they need help if they could get. They need a place to live. They need food. They and they need to get try and get their life back. And that's why a lot of people are sleeping in the streets because like they just not getting all the help they could get, and all they either sleep in the streets or sleep in the shelters, and that's sad. That is sad, and that's why with this topic that I'm talking about, one job should be enough. It should be enough if you getting a raise and getting paid enough money for the bills and the things that you need to do for yourself or for your own families out there. So like people shouldn't have to work more than two jobs because of it. And then for the homeless people, you can't treat like they fucking animals and stuff. And some of those homeless people, they're not even bad people. Again, they just need help. It's like if they're not getting the help, then what the fuck are they supposed to do? Of course, all they could do now is like starve to death and sleep in the streets or sleep in the shelters. So like I just think that needs to change, and it's just crazy how people just don't recognize that, and I always feel bad for people that are homeless, and then I always see them in the streets every single day when I go outside, for work or wherever it is I'm doing outside, like, when I'm out there, so it's really sad to see. And, when people, when the homeless people and like asking for money and just like asking for help, and sometimes as human beings, um you want to give them the money, but sometimes the homeless people use that money to get the drugs, like get drugs or like cigarettes or weed, whatever it is they're doing. So if they can't eat, if they're not getting food, all they can fucking do is do either drugs or smoking weed or cigarettes. So like that's what they use the money for, even when we do give them money. But that's just because again, they're not getting the help they need. They're not getting the help they deserve. and they really are struggling out there. There's still people out there in the world that are still struggling, and it is not getting the help and getting the attention that they need. And it's just really sad for me to see the people out there continue to struggle, and people out there, especially to the people who have a lot of money, are rich as hell, have millions and billions of dollars, not even give their best effort to help those people out there are struggling, and they're not building their own communities or anything like that. The only people that are building communities for like little kids or like people that like need help and stuff is athletes, like basketball players, football players, even baseball players, like whatever sport you play, that they always help other people. But when it comes to celebrities like rappers, singers, and I'm not saying all of them they don't do that, but I'm just saying some of them, that especially to the artists, some of the artists that I like listening to music, and if a huge fan of, they don't give their best efforts, to help out and stuff. And then especially hoping the black people, so it's really sad to see. It's frustrating, from my opinion, and that has to change. That has to change, because I know for me, I wish I could do anything in my power to help the other people there, help the others, and help homeless people. But how the fuck I supposed to do that if I don't have all the money in the world to do that? I really want to, but hey, like, I have a life too, man. And I guess just sometimes in life you can't help everybody. You can't help everybody. But when you are able to, you should help out. You know? And that's all I'm saying to the all the celebrities, and all to the people who are rich and have all the money in the world. At least do something. Do something, guys. Do something. Like, don't just let your money sit there and then you're not even gonna use it. Use that money for something. I mean, for something. Cry out loud. Please. Do something, guys. Do something. And that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's not a crime. It's not a crime. It's not a crime. Like, it really is that simple, bro. It really is that simple. And people need to get their act together, and it's like, and start caring the people that are struggling, that need help. Get it together, rich people, and stop being selfish, and help the others out who are badly in shape, badly in hunger, and badly of like a place to live, and badly needing help of the other things that they need help with. Stop only caring about yourself and caring about other people. Okay? It's okay to help other people too, guys. Like, come on, rich people. Get it together. Get it together. Please. Like, please get it together and do something. Do something. Like, just do something, man. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. Do something. And that's all I wanted to say about that. And to the rich people, to celebrities, athletes, and to the people in general are like rich and have like millions and billions of dollars. I'm not trying to be mean to the people who are rich. I'm just saying, like, I just feel like at times over the last decade, it just hasn't been good enough effort to to help others that need help the most. And if we help others, and and stick together, then we wouldn't have this conversation right now. We wouldn't have this conversation. So that's just me personally. And and I hope you guys understand what I'm saying about that. Because it's not fair. It's not fair. It's honestly not fair. And we gotta do better, y'all. We gotta do better. So yeah. And that is, like I said, that's all I gotta say about that. And yeah. And it's crazy that, like, in the world that we live in, it just changed so much. Man, like back in the pandemic, man, that really changed everything, man. And then like I said, beginning of not beginning, but like towards middle of the video, that like how ever since Donald Trump became president, it became a lot worse of the pricing and stuff. It got even a lot worse. All that type of stuff. I mean, people continue to kill other people, especially to the good people and to the black people. All that type of shit. Just a lot of shit going on, man. And but I'm just blessed that I'm still alive today, and I'm waking up in the morning every day, and and just living my life, and have the people in my life are great to me. Have a lot of friends, have great parents, and I have it all. And I just hope the people out there will have everything like I have. And yeah. Just even thinking about it, man, it's just sad. It's really sad. And I just hope the things that I was talking about in this video will change, in the near future. Because this cannot continue on. This cannot continue on. It can't. This got to stop. This got to stop. This got to stop. And the only way to stop it, when we speak up what we believe in, and don't be scared of telling the truth. Don't be scared of saying the facts. You feel me? That's not what we're about. We will, like, as in the United States, we always fight back. We always respond and never give up. And I just feel like in this country, as for right now, people are just giving up. They are just giving up. And that is concerning. They don't even care what is happening right now in the world. That's how frustrating this is. And it's just sad. It's sad. So, I hope you guys learn from all the topics that I was talking about. Really, the main one was one job should be enough. I hope you guys understand what I was really saying, what I'm really coming from. And I hope, me, Aline, Jason, Latoya, and others just continue, with our justice. Continue to, protest, and and just get what we want. And all we want is to raise and get what we deserve. And if we could get that at University of Hartford, then it will change everything. So, and it's not just us union workers, super managers too. they work their ass off as well. So I don't want to hear no excuses that they can't make this happen. We gotta continue to protest and continue to speak up and continue to be heard. And we need to be heard. Cause they need to hear us what we got to say and hear us what our feelings are about this issue that we are having right now. So this needs to be fixed. This needs to be fixed. If they don't get this fixed anytime soon, a lot of people will get quit even more. And it's not just at University of Hartford, but other jobs out there. Cause like people is not gonna work at a job if they don't feel respected or feel appreciated. You know? Like that's just the reality of the situation. So people gotta do better. People gotta fix this issue and hope it will get fixed soon. And if they don't get fixed, we gotta continue to protest and continue to speak up and continue to tell other people out there to join us and help us out, continue to fight this. And we will always continue to fight. We will never give up and we will never stop fighting. We will never stop fighting. Never. And there's gonna be a video towards the end of the video of this podcast, and there's gonna be a 14 seconds video of me, Aline, Jason, Ebony, and others who joined us, to protest about this one job should be enough protest. And it's gonna be just us saying what do we said on our protest. No contract, no peace. No contract, no peace. No contract, no peace. And that's what we were saying all through that time during our protest. And this gonna be a video of us doing that. So I hope you guys like that video towards the end of this episode. And I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. And thank you guys for watching this episode. And this is episode 4 already of my podcast. And I'm just blessed to do what I love, and I'm glad I'm able to do this podcast and chat with you guys. So again, my 4th episode, and this is officially the end of my 4th episode of my podcast. And I hope you guys like it, and make sure you hit like and subscribe button. And make sure you subscribe my YouTube channel and like this video and comment on my video if you have any questions or thoughts or opinions about this video and what I said about this particular topic. And again, after I end off here, there's gonna be a 14-second video before of the end of my podcast, and make sure you guys watch that 14-second video towards the end of this video. And again, this is Stevenson Michel. This is Stevenson Michel's podcast. And thank you guys so much. And again, 4th episode. Peace out. No peace. No contract. No contract. No peace. No contract. No peace. No contract. No peace. No contract. No contract.